Hi, hello everyone, good evening. I'll be presenting you today my speech to persuade on to see how sportsbooks deals as built-in fees, not as free money, but understanding VIG on straight bets and the higher hold as parlays. Sportsbooks embed small mathematical fees and single bets, uh, and even larger holds and parlays so that implied probability exceeds over 100% and give the house a steady edge over time, regardless of individual outcomes. Most of you in this class follow sports, but only 11 out of 15 you have ever even placed a bet in your life, let alone a sports bet. Only 4 of you even feel somewhat confident in explaining what a negative 110 line even is to make sports bet money. So that means that most of us are seeing betting odds all the time on our social media, our TV, and just all around us all around in general. And we need to understand the math behind them. This matters because legal sports betting is now huge in 2024, and the Associated Press report says Americans wagered over $100 billion in 2023, 2024, as well as 2025. That level kept going in 2024. Betting is on TV, it's on our phone, it's on social media, it's honestly everywhere. It's honestly getting more casual as it is now. And fans still think about the odds, the boosts, and the promos as free money, not built-in fees. Experts like Ed Miller and Matthew Davidow in the Logic of Sports Betting explain that sportsbooks design almost every line that you see with a hidden change called VIG, short for vigorish. Economist Stephen Levitt has also shown that betting odds are just predictions of who will win. They are predictions plus a profit of margin for the house. My main point today is sportsbooks set odds that imply probabilities up to more than 100%. They use VIG on single bets that are higher than hold on parlays. That gives them a steady edge over time. If you understand, you will stop seeing betting offers as easily as money and start seeing them as built-in fees, as it is honestly a scam. Let's start the basic with a negative 110 point spread you see for the NFL or NBA games. As a line might say, a team is negative 1-3 at negative 110, and a team B plus 3 is at negative 110. You must risk $110 to even win 100. Now that is ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense at all. But on the either side, that looks fair, but it's not truly at all 50-50. We can turn a negative 110 into an implied probability. The formula is 110 divided by 110 plus 100. That is 110 divided by 210, so that equals 52.4%. So the book acts as each side has a 52.4% chance to win. If both teams are a negative 1% odds, you add those two sides, 52 plus 4% plus a 52 plus 4%, and you get the 104 plus 8%. In the fair market, those two numbers would add up to 100%. The extra 4.8% is the sportsbook's edge. If the book takes equal money on both teams, that is a 4 to 5% odds, and his expected profit, that is the VIG. It is like a small tax you pay every time you place a starter bet, even a standard bet at that. Now let's look at the parlays, where the house edge is much bigger, and a parlay combines several bets into one ticket, so you have a big chance to win a very big prize, which is very hard to get. And if every leg wins, because that is harder, the payout looks big and exciting. That's why the apps kind of see you in and kind of dig you in like a fish. And that's why those same game parlays and boosted parlays don't really add up sometimes. Imagine two honest 50-50 games, for example, one the NFL and one soccer, each priced at a negative 110. The true chance of winning both is 0.5 times 0.5. That equals to about 25%. But many sports books pay a two-leg parlay of negative 110 bets at around 264 plus 264. I mean, what plus 264 means in probability terms? We do 100 divided by 264 plus 100 plus another 100. That equals 27.5%. So the book pays you as if the parlay wins 27.5% of the time, while the true chance is only 25%. The gap is extra profit for the house, on top of the VIG at that, already inside each leg. A briefing on The Economist on America's Betting Room reports that the U.S. sportsbooks earn a big share of their revenue from parlays and same game parlays, and they hold on average profit. A report came in that this year alone, we already have $100 billion in bets placed on the margin. On parlays often reaches double digits, far higher than the roughly 5% edge on a single negative 110 bet. Now think about those percentages on a scale. Americans get over $100 billion a year on sports. That is insane to me. That is crazy. I mean, if the average is about 5% of that, that is about $5 billion in revenue for sports books and for people all around that are placing bets. If parlays push that hold higher, the money grows even more. That is why you see nonstop ads and offers all the time. They're all about scheming and trying to get you to get that bet on the line. The math is really on their side. Sportsbooks do not win because they are lucky. They win because they build their edge into the prices using VIG on straight bets and higher holds on parlays. That pushes the implied probabilities on their boards over 100%, and that longs in a long run profit. So when you watch a game, talk with one of your friends who bet on another boosted parlay, pop up on your feed, I want you to remember one thing. This is a negative 110 line, not a fair coin flip. If it carries about a 5% house edge, a parlay stacks those edges, and can push up the house advantage into double digits